can't talk about technology without mentioning AI and automation, right? There's a lot of debate, there's a lot of concern around artificial intelligence and the impact that it's going to have on jobs. And there are a couple things that I find very fascinating in this conversation. The first is that whenever we talk about technology, we assume that technology is a thing that's coming to take over the world. But we forget that technology is a tool, and we control that tool. So we have a choice in how we use technology. And we can choose to use technology to replace workers, or we can choose to use technology to augment workers. Right? It's a choice that we ultimately have to make. Technology isn't a thing, it's a tool, and we control it. And a lot of people always say jobs are going to be lost. But I hate that phrase, because jobs don't get lost. Right? Jobs are not a set of keys that you just put down somewhere and then you say, oops, I lost my job. Jobs get taken. Right? Jobs get taken from you. And when it comes to artificial intelligence, I think jobs can be taken in two ways. The first way that a job will be taken is if a company decides that it wants to take it. The executives come together, the board comes together, and they say, we want to use technology to replace people inside of our company. We want to get rid of thousands of people, and we want to use technology instead. We don't care about them. We don't need them. Humans suck. Bring in the robots. That's the first way that a job will get automated, is if a company consciously, purposely makes that choice. Thankfully, I think a lot of what we've been seeing is the exact opposite. We see organizations like Accenture that automated 10,000 jobs a year and a half ago, but they didn't lose a single person because they upskilled all of their employees. They automated 10,000 jobs in finance. And these employees were what we would consider number crunchers. These employees would put together numbers and they would present those numbers to their clients. But we don't need them to do that anymore. We have AI, we have bots that can do that. So Accenture said, look, we don't need you to do that anymore. Instead, what we want you to do is to be a strategic advisor to our clients. We're going to teach you how to advise them, how to make good decisions based on the data that AI will produce. Look at a company like McDonald's. They're implementing kiosks all over their stores, all over the world. So now when you show up to a McDonald's, you can order without even having to talk to a human. You can just put something in on an iPad, get your food. And I interviewed their chief people officer, and I said, David, a lot of people are very concerned that you're going to be replacing a lot of jobs. Is that what's happening? And he said, no. We're keeping our headcount the same, and in fact, in some of our stores, we're increasing our headcount. And I said, how are you doing that? And he said, well, we're changing our business model. We're becoming more of a service restaurant. We're going to bring you your food. We're going to ask you how your day is going. We're going to create an experience for you that goes beyond just convenience. And we see stories like this all the time. Amazon automated probably more jobs than any other company. Tens of thousands of jobs they've automated. They've created hundreds of thousands of new ones by exploring new models, new business opportunities. So thankfully, we see companies that are deciding, they're making the choice to augment humans, not replace them. The second way I think that you're going to lose, or you can lose your job, depends on you as an individual. If you as an individual just watch as the world changes, you'll lose your job. AI will take your job. You have to become a perpetual learner. You have to learn how to learn. You need to be able to apply those things frequently. You need to be able to do it quickly. Right? That's what a perpetual learner is. That's what a perpetual learner does. But if you just stand there and you wait for schools to teach you everything you need to be successful, for your company to teach you everything you need to know to be successful, you're in trouble. You will be out of a job. It's going to take some of your own time. It might even take some of your own resources to look out for yourself. right? You need to future-proof yourself. You can't rely on companies, you can't rely on educational institutions to teach you everything you need to know to be successful. So those are the two ways that I think jobs will be automated, right? Two potential ways that we can lose jobs. Companies will decide to take it, and if we just become passive, if we just watch and act like we're helpless, I think those are two ways that we're going to automate a lot of jobs.
Athena and I hope you enjoyed that. If you want more content like that, check out futureofworkpodcast.com. And do me a favor, please review the podcast on Apple Podcasts or whatever your preferred channel is. Thank you very much.